am the Roninpawn, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, one and all, to the first day one of the Clustertruck Speedrunning 2021 Tournament of Champions. I'm sitting here today with AJ213. How's it going today, AJ? You're over there.
It's going great. It's going great.
So what the hell are we doing here today, AJ? Because this is a big deal. This has been in the works for several months.
The basic gist of it, right, is that two people are going to fight to the death in Clustertruck in a race.
We have, I believe, 17 different participants coming forward in this tournament. You actually don't need... I mean, you do whatever you need to do. Whoever takes the big W out of that win moves on to the winner's bracket. Whoever takes the L moves on to the loser's bracket, gets a chance to come back. So everybody gets to run twice, and those two brackets merge at the end to see who's going to be the blood sport champion of Clustertruck.
I mean, it sounds good to me. People are going to die.
So today we're going to be watching MatterMaker and Wolfii going at it in, what category came up for this one, AJ?
noAbility.
And how did we actually come to this? Because there's a lot of categories. There's any percent, there's noAbility, no move, no utility. There's a lot of different categories. Thank you for that. I'll change the text. Will you explain how the hell we came to which runner is going to run what here?
So the basic gist of it is that each runner is going to veto a category that, well, they don't want to play. And then we just kind of come to the conclusion, well, whatever's left, that's the one we run. So Wolfii is the current world record holder for noAbility, and MatterMaker has 270 hours and is 8th place desert noAbility.
I put the percent after noAbility. People hate that. I love it. Speedrun.com putting their documentation. Please don't put a percent after every category. It's dumb. And I say, you're wrong. It's going to be a little bit loose and sloppy. I'm going to say that to any of the viewers here. It's day one. We will get better at this as we go, or not. Shall we get the runners to the starting blocks here? I will actually ask the man with the diagonal COVID man. Which side are you on? You're over here? You're over here. If he'd like to do the countdown for us.
3, 2, 1, and go!
And we're away and into Desert World in Clustertruck. Let's see if the frame rates don't hold out here. Oh, they are not. All right. Not for everybody, anyway. Both of the runners actually moving into 1-2 pretty quickly. Nobody had problems with the opening world, which is a good sign. I always thought if I managed to get up to GDQ or something like that, I would make it an issue of, if I can't get out of World 1 in this run in less than 7 seconds, I can't call myself a speedrunner anymore. Which is something that I can very easily do, is mess up World 1 and not come out with 7 seconds.
Especially on 1-9.
Wolfii taking a little bit of a pop here, getting kind of boned coming out of 1-9 on the rise there, just having to wait for the final truck. Still coming out with a sub 12, and when 1-9 gives you bad RNG, that's just what you've got to do. MatterMaker now trying to ascend that hill as well, and getting screwed over, and the truck loses its front. 1-9 RNG, ladies and gentlemen. It's a heavy reset point right in the early bit of the game here. Oh my god, stop clustering! These trucks for MatterMaker, I feel bad. Oh, he's made it out. He's made it out. Okay. Curious to see what Wolfii does with 2-3 here for trying to get across. He sees a truck that's nosing up. Didn't quite get a nice, like, rocket boost off of it, but still moving through cleanly with a 10-second clear there. MatterMaker coming into World 2 now. I'm interested to see everybody run 2-1. In noAbility, just because there's so much like subtle timing to this world. I feel like a lot of casual players probably spend a good half an hour just trying to get through 2-1. You come out of world, you come out of Desert World into Forest, and it's like, hey, you know that difficulty curve? How would you like a spike? Because that's what we've got for you.
And a bar.
And a bar? You've gotten... Is there an open bar? Are we doing craft services? No, bring me a drink. Oh my god, I didn't get to see all that. Did Wolfii just pull off a really clean 2-7 with, like, the early jump?
He did a really nice truck height boost thingy. Yeah, he did. It was really nice.
Oh, 2-8-2 with Wolfii, just barely catching the leading edge of that goal cube. For anyone unfamiliar, the way that the game works is the goals there are not just gold planes, they are gold cubes. You can hit them from the top, from the side, from the back, from the under, depending on the level, and knowing precisely where those cubes begin and end is invaluable, especially in noAbility percent category, where sometimes you do just have to come in from a weird angle and from the side.
You had to throw in the percent, right?
All right, so MatterMaker coming into 2-8. Curious to see, this is another one where there's a lot of, like, subtle movements to it if you want to get the best speed. I think he's just going for a safe clear where he doesn't have to deal with what we affectionately call PB Boulder, which is the boulder that tends to come through and kill you whenever you were running on PB times. So MatterMaker coming into 3-1, going for the mega jump, not quite getting it, but backing it up. Meanwhile, Wolfii is moving into 3-7, moving through 3-7. He's got all the speed. He kept it. Can he make it? No, that was a little bit early. Needed a little bit more delay. Is he going to delay at all? Okay, well, he got delayed by hitting the back of that, but usually for me, the safe setup is to intentionally just wait about a second before you start making that big run through, and it's specifically for that reason. Easy to not get all the distance you need on that level.
But Ronin, you have to move every single second. You can't just stand still.
That is, sometimes it's faster to go slow, especially in noAbility. And how's MatterMaker faring with the 3-5 drop? Easy. First try every time. First time every try. And Wolfii coming through 3-10 and pulling out the no slow down movement there that is a bit RNG dependent. You've got to get the trucks right at the end of your movement in the right place there, and it is up to the level to give it to you. And then Wolfii lucking out in Laser World 4-1 with it not throwing 1,000 lasers at him at the gate, and also not shooting him in the top of the head as he tries to exit the dang thing without any warning whatsoever, ruining your PB, your second-rate noAbility. Okay, it's getting a little bit personal for me. Meanwhile, MatterMaker fighting 3-10 now. How's it gonna work out for him? Big RNG moment. Oh! What a boss! Did you see that? Sticks to the back of the truck, clutch as hell. And now, what kind of luck does he get coming out of 4-1? The 3-10, 4-1 RNG nightmare. Yep, he got through 3-10 with something awesome, and then 4-1's just like, not today, son, not today.
Swept away.
Oh, he does it again. Another clutch 4-1 pass. 2 passes on 4-1, especially in a race, no resets. That is a worthy attempt. I'm curious to see what Wolfie's doing. Oh my god, he went for it and got it. Was that his first attempt though? Because I didn't see. Is he going for the up and over?
First attempt.
He went for the, he went too fast. I never get hit by that laser. Wolfie's way too fast. Oh, this isn't good. This is not good. Okay, he managed to turn it into a backup and get underneath those lasers as they swept in to otherwise kill him. That was impressive. I've never put together that timing in particular. I just don't go for that. If it doesn't work out, I just don't go for it. And he pulls the mega jump to come in with a 12.1 out of 410. Hard to get anything that's actually near the 12-second time out of that. You got to get really good on that mega jump. MatterMaker is really keeping up, though. I want everybody to recognize here that that Wolfii is the world record holder in this category, and MatterMaker is honestly keeping up really hard and really well here in noAbility. Must have put a fair bit of time into practice coming up to this to be ready. Although I know he said that he's actually been feeling ill and having some health problems and things recently. So whatever time he was able to put in, it is showing here today as he moves into 4-7, a level that I hate. I think that we all hate noAbility, and is moving just smoothly through it. Yep. Over that laser. I never go for that either. I'm afraid of all those lasers.
Here's the truck height boost again.
Yep, Wolfii going for the, that's 5-7. Just taking a slower route through there. Wow, pushing through with a bunch of speed, and just resetting, just giving it up. He was not dead there necessarily, but I think he's got a specific way that he intends to come through here, gripping onto all the A-frames, trying to stay alive, looking for a truck. There was nothing. That's 2 resets on an RNG heavy category on a level that can do that with regularity, still taking resets on 5-7. This is a good chance for MatterMaker to close that gap between the two of them. MatterMaker coming into 4-10 now. Curious to see his method. He's using the stock standard 4-10. Very clean, very good. Very nice coming out of 410 there. That level is, it can give you some trouble. And
Yeah, earlier he ended up taking it too slow and ended up dying because of it.
oh, okay. And that was a nice clean 510 that Wolfie just pulled across, cutting the corner, going around the buildings. You got to have good speed to get through that level to make that happen. And honestly, that is the safest way to deal with 510. But this 6-1, he's got all the speed. He's going for the fastest method we've got, and he's got it. If he gets out to the left and out, 20.8. That is the IL method. And honestly, at a certain level, it's kind of just worth going for the IL method there, because it's probably going to kill you anyway. Might as well be trying to go fast. And he's got the straight in 6-2 on the second pass, as well as MatterMaker is just struggling with exploding trucks on 5-4 here. These poppers can be just vicious and a nuisance. This is another level where the best thing you can sort of do for yourself is go real fast. If you can get ahead of all the cycles, which it does not want to let you get ahead of all the cycles, that's the safest thing to do.
And that level in particular, it's very fun to have a piston go up and then pull you down to the ground, killing you instantly.
Yeah, that can happen right at the end of the level really easily. Just when you're trying to move out, you get the wrong timing, you go under the thing, dead. Oh, Wolfie's going for the through the bars and pulls it off. I hate this man. I absolutely hate this man. I don't even go for it. I didn't even want to learn that method. Oh, wow. And he got through. Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't die to those twigs. Maybe he knows something I don't, and maybe those twigs don't have physics to them. There are some objects in the game that don't, especially in this world. Some of those pillars on the side we've discovered do not have hitboxes.
Maybe he speaks to them?
Hitbox whisperer? Having a lot of trouble getting out of 610 here right now, though. He was going for a very long, like he was going honestly, 2 past what I usually go for, but he was going 1 past what I see most runners go for at all there for the 6-1. Great. Faster if you don't die. But no, that's probably right. Coming into sci-fi world now, this is this is where the run really starts for most runners in noAbility. So much RNG here and so much skill. This is combining the RNG that you see in World 5 and the just high skill ceiling that you see in World 6 into one world in World 7. There's a lot that you can rely on and a lot that you can't in 7-4, or I mean in World 7 here. And most runs start to die in noAbility right here. MatterMaker is in 610. I don't know if he's already taken a go at this, but taking the safe inside route, and if he just waits for the popper and gets lucky on it. No, all right, we got the trucks moving. This makes it more dangerous. He took the jump. Those poppers from underneath at the end of the level. It's you do everything right, and then you're waiting for a shake, and if the shake doesn't come, then the trucks start moving, and the poppers come up from underneath it, and what are you gonna do?
Die.
Yes. And he's got trucks moving again, but this time, if... Oh, that's a little bit risky. Oh, get to the outside, MatterMaker! Oh! The level goal cube on that level in particular goes very, very low. If you just get to the outside of the track there, you can fall and hit it 12 feet, 3 meters or 4 meters below where you would think that the goal plane ends. So I hate that for him. No, all right. Accidentally probably hit whatever key he's got bound to pause. Oh, MatterMaker's struggling.
It's tough. Even if you take it slow, it's still pretty tough to make it through.
MatterMaker trying to shake it off. Meanwhile, Wolfie is upside down in World 7. We haven't been talking about him enough, and he's getting pissed off. Look at me, I'm upside down. Okay, coming into 7-9 though, going for the pause bounce here. If he can get the pause bounce, then he can skip over a lot of the RNG. This is an incredibly heavy RNG moment. Tries it 3 times, decides to just go for it. Needs to jump a little bit forward before the pillar behind him sweeps out. Staying back here, watching as the trucks pull ahead to see if there's a truck he can get to. This is the RNG we're talking about, and this is why I would have much preferred to get that pause bounce. It's just, yep, And he takes a death. At the end, he gets the pause bounce this time, but it's not enough of a pause bounce. Can't go up and over. Tries for another pause bounce to try and recover it. These two trucks are looking good, though. If he can get past this pillar, then he's got a straight line in if he jumps now. And he clears it, and he's out.
Ancient's typically a very chill world if you take it slow. At least from my experience.
Yes, Ancient is one of the most, like, stable for noAbility, too. Like, there is so much in this level that you can, or in this world, that you can count on in terms of what the trucks are going to do. Very little RNG in comparison to the rest of the game. Wolfie moving through Steampunk. Steampunk is, like, bipolar, I would say, in that instance. In that, like, you could say the same thing about it, but it's just like, it's back and forth. It's like, you can depend on everything in this level to be exactly the same, and then in this level, you have trucks being fired at your face at random intervals, and they are absolutely,
Fun?
aimbotting. I actually feel that way about some of the levels. When I'm in midair, trying to avoid some of the things that are coming at my face, I do the Call of Duty shake back and forth. Just left and right like somebody's trying to snipe me in the distance.
MatterMaker got screwed over by Ancient truck RNG.
Tilty World is a nasty one for me. I don't even really have a good plan for this. Nice move, though, pulling it out to the left. If you know how it's going to tilt, you can abuse that to make sure that you get a little bit more time in the air. Curious to see what MatterMaker does on 610, how well he comes through these bars, because this is something that takes a lot of time to get a nice method for. Wow, I've never seen that kind of a spin. Yeah, interest. He's 360 nose scope. He's just showing off here for the tournament.
He's getting screwed over.
Yes, he is.
That makes it in.
And into 8-8, which is another incredibly long world that there's very little you can do but just keep going and going and going and try and get the timing right. Ooh, 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 ooh! Ah! Did not have the speed off of that. That's actually why Wolfie right now is jumping from the single trucks to the single trucks at the beginning. I always switch to the double trucks side by side, because if you take that time, it sort of implicitly slows you down and puts you into a good pattern for the rest of the trucks. Meanwhile, MatterMaker's just now starting to fight the really difficult stuff in Sci-Fi World, and coming through this very well, actually. A little bit of a slowdown there catching the back of that truck, but if this is his first attempt through, hard to watch several streams at once. But if that's his first attempt through, it's good.
Look what Wolfie's trying right now. Trying for the truck height to go straight to the goal. Very, very difficult. Oh, giving up. Understandable, very understandable.
I wonder if he's going to go for the straight in through the gear, though, from here. Because if you time this right... Nope, he's taking the back up and moving it in after a couple of deaths. That's probably... Yeah, good call. Curious to see if MatterMaker is familiar and up to date with the skip here, where we run off to the right, go outside the level. He is, yep. That is a very deadly sort of a thing right there to do as well. The hitboxes in that world are huge. Way bigger than the actual walls are.
I might give you a little kiss.
Wolfie getting a pretty good set of movement through 9-2 for an 11.1. Not necessarily what he was looking for, I'm not sure, but I'm guessing, just knowing Wolfie, that he was going for some, incredible 9.3 second clear or something like that, but saw, a safer route and took it for what is still an incredible time for any noAbility runner. And in hell here, it's called hell for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. This is... When we come up to 9-7, I'm just going to try and refrain from being profane in describing what the runners have to deal with. This is very good movement until that last touch through 9-4. And moving up the hill in 9-5 here, he's got timing, he's got speed. I've got a very specific way of starting this level in order to make sure I've got the right timing. Wolfie actually announced to me at some point, I'm going to figure out a faster way to do it than that, and I think we're watching it now, but the fact that he took the death up front is the reason why I do it with the slower timing. Doing the fast strat up this hill, too. And getting the nose rub throw, keeping all the speed going straight to goal in 12.9, an incredible 9.6. And here we are into The great decider of all noAbility runs. He's getting really good RNG up front there. If he could just keep landing trucks and get himself out without dying, or taking too many risks. This is a risk!
Ooh.
Yeah. And now he has to fight. He has to hope for 2 bits of RNG. First the RNG here, which screwed him over. Alright, 3 bits of RNG. So first the RNG here, then the RNG for clearing this gap. He cleared this gap. Now the RNG where these 2 packs of trucks can split up. They didn't split up, so he's passed the bad RNG, and didn't land it because the trucks are bouncing around on this uneven terrain, moving left and right as you're trying to land on them. Almost impossible to predict where they're gonna go by looking at the terrain that's underneath them. I hate this level, mother— Alright, I said I was gonna control myself.
Oh, even worse is the trucks will just like float.
Yes.
The train, it doesn't tell you anything.
Mm-hmm. Some of the terrain is just flat and looks like it's not. Finally getting through 9-7, that would be, you know, that's basically been my experience with 9-7 while I've been running for 2nd rank, and it's also why I'm taking a bit of a break from the game to commentate instead. Coming through 9-8, another big RNG moment here. It's really hard to get past these rolling pentagrams in 9-8. And it's because their timing is random, their wobble is random, and it's random within a certain, like, predictable range, but it can just present a scenario where there's no way through for a noAbility runner.
Luckily, if you do take it kind of fast, it is a bit easier to dodge them, a little bit, because, I mean, you're going past them quicker, if that makes sense. But Wolfii wasn't able to get that.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's that weird hell terrain. Oh, taking a death on 9-9 as well. This level is, it's really a nice respite before you get into hell. It's certainly not guaranteed when you're trying to go for the fastest methods here, especially since the jump that you get off of the chain can be very wildly different and put you down on different trucks. So if you're trying to carry the speed through to these last 2 trucks that Wolfii's coming into now, you have to change your patterning, your method. Coming into 9-10, looking for, oh my god, first try, pause bounce. Now he's just got to catch this button on the side, and he doesn't. And he doesn't.
Classic.
Yep. It's very hard, 1, to get this pause bounce, and 2, to control it enough with the vertical speed that you get off of it to actually come in and clip the button on the side as you go. The big problem with this method is that it's very hard to, like, guarantee that you get enough height to actually get to the top of Cluster Satan's head in order to hit him. Now going to the arm skip. And he didn't like the arm skip either. He's going to stick with the pause bounce here. I think he knows he's ahead. I think he knows that this is the way that he'd like to finish the race, and so he's just going to put the time in. If it doesn't work out again, Wolfii is pretty damn good at the climb skip. Wolfii now moving back to climb skip here, grinding the side of that, coming into it. He's got a good nose right there. Oh, it's a little short, and that's the RNG that's inherent to climb skip. Sometimes you're just not going to get a jump out of it. The arm's going to pull away in a certain way. All right, he's using the backup on the pause bounce here to try and just finish this out by climbing up. It's not as fast as the 5-second clears you can get, but is that a kill? Is that a clear? That is, yes, that is the end of the game. And so we see Wolfii bringing in a time somewhere around 25 minutes, 27 seconds, I would guess, looking back. Timer's still running here for MatterMaker, but we have a winner for this race. It's Wolfii. And just bear in mind that this is the horrible nature of noAbility. You have to hate yourself if you want to love this game with playing noAbility. That was like, what, 2.5 minutes spent on 9-10 looking for a method to just let you end the game after spending so much time fighting 9-7 just to let you through. That's the nature of noAbility, a 25-minute clear from the world record holder. You know, who has done it in less than 21 minutes. It's just a really RNG, really hard category to deal with.
You have to be really polished up on your skills, too, to even get close to a world record. It's not easy.
Yeah, absolutely. Whoa, look out. What's happening here? Oh, he could have recovered that, but I can feel it in his hands. He's a little bit, I just want it to end at this point. MatterMaker just needs to just take a moment, center himself, calm, take a breath, Hit the back of those trucks. Stay on top of him. He's staying alive. He's staying alive. He's doing the noAbility dance. It's very much the dance of noAbility. If you can't spin your camera around 720 degrees while holding the space bar and frantically shouting, no, then you are not prepared to play in this category of the game. Matterham is just yelling on his streams as Ben Fuzzy in chat. Just son of him! That's why we have the runners mute their microphones. Only when they're running noAbility %, though.
I like to imagine as you're dancing around the trucks are just chanting, "Dance for me, speedrunner! Dance for me, speedrunner!" That's like nearly a 5-minute PB, or if you get it down. Ooh.
He's got it. He's got it. Oh, that last jump. My heart sank. I was like, you're oversteering. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. Okay. All right, moving through this very tricky little set of jumps. You really have to like put some time into learning this, and these gears can hit you in the head even though they don't hit you in the head. Their hitbox is larger than the model that you can see. Interesting movements through here. Okay, he gets through the pipe, under it, and into past the gears, past the first set of gears. If you get into an awkward cycle there, you can get killed by those gears, saving himself by catching the back of that truck. Up and over the 2 pipes. There's just 1 pipe here, so we just take an up and over. These are 2, so we go over that with some speed. Catch the side of this gear. This gear has a hitbox that is actually solid all the way through. There's a lot of little abuse with the hitboxes in this game for speedrunners, where they forgot to put a hitbox in or where they forgot to take one out. Setting up on the hill here, landing that first truck, trying to land that first truck. Interesting thing about that first truck landing, that is the one spear once you get into the lava level, that if you touch that one, you will die. If you touch that one on the left, every other one you can land on, you can rub against, you can, make shish kebab, you could attach lamb to, whatever you feel like doing, it'll be fine. But that first one on the left will kill you if you graze it.
Surprisingly, I've seen a lot of runners hit exactly that. They don't hit any other shish kebab, right? They hit the one that will kill them.
That's right. And moving into the awfulest level of awful, the most non-designed level in the game, if you ask me. I don't want to get angry again, but I just question whether or not the designers actually had an idea of how you're supposed to get through this level, because it just doesn't give you the option a lot of times. But boom, MatterMaker getting it first try with just some good RNG, taking it slow, steady, and safe. That is, between these 2 runners, he just saved a minute and some over Wolfii. And this is again what we were saying earlier with the random wobble and random release times of each of these rolling pentagrams there. They can very easily put, it's really those 2 that we keep seeing the deaths on up ahead. We get past this one, usually it's these 2 right here. Is that one going to, he goes the left side, and then it's really hard on they gave him some bad RNG and he walked around it.
I think he just weaved in between the 2.
Yeah.
Amazing.
He catches the back of it, stays alive, trucks falling down all around him, gets his way out of 9-9, coming into 9-10. What's going to happen here? What's going to be the method for clearing 9-10 for MatterMaker today? He's going for the pause bounces to start. You can get lucky up front, and he can take this out. Oh, he's gotten very lucky. Now it ain't over. You still got to hit that thing from the side, and he didn't. Same error that Wolfii made earlier. Very difficult to get in there. Oh, but he gets a second one fast, and he's going to try and weave his way in. He manages to weave his way in, going immediately into the climb. This climb is, each one of these trucks feels as though it's covered in ice, which is why MatterMaker is taking this in little bunny hops. If you don't move forward and don't hold the spacebar while you're taking these jumps, then you will, not slide around like you're on ice. And getting a very precise setup for the run-in. Lining it. Oh, and catching the edge of the hitboxes. This is a very hard level for casual players as well as speedrunners, because the way that the level's designed, all of the trucks are corkscrewing up and to the right constantly, which means every jump that you take is in the subtlest way a little bit harder to make because the truck ahead of you is higher than you are, so it makes you feel like your jump doesn't jump as high. The other thing, while they're slightly turning to the right, is that you have to account for that and accommodate for that movement to the right in your movements. He's got another chance at it now. Just got to move in, catch it. He's got it. That's the fatal skip kill. Very good, and that ends the run, and I'm totally on and ready to click the we're done button and the stop the timer. Very good run, though. Very fun to watch, and very, very true representation of the category, let's say, you know? Very true representation of the category. noAbility stuck with so much RNG, so much nastiness in there. See the world record holders spending several minutes on just, 9-10 alone and on 9-7. These are the levels that make or break noAbility percent runs, and that you really got to kind of cross your fingers on. Even when you come into that level, AJ, 9-10, he came in, Wolfie got that pause bounce first try, which is... I don't know if it's harder or easier to do, honestly, but you get it first try, you still got to hit the button on the side.
And then you end up dying. That's the poetic nature of 9-10. You get one thing, but didn't get the other.
So, MatterMaker, they tell us in chat that you were screaming at the game on your live stream, somewhere around, what was it, 7-8, was it? 7-8?
5-5 really got me, 5-10 really got me, and then 7-8 was just a killer for me. What's the one at the end? I can't remember that was really getting me. It was in World 8. I may have taken a page out of your book and almost ripped the arms off my chair.
It was actually a very good run. You were keeping some really good pace until you got, body blocked by 7-8 there. AJ was saying that you were on PB pace for most of this run.
I wasn't recording this morning, but in my practice this morning, I was on pace for like a 7-8 that I lost to I was on pace for a 28-minute time that I lost to 9-7, which is just kind of how 9-7 is. But being so good this morning, it's so frustrating to come out with like a 40-minute time now. But
I'd say you had a really good run, and keeping that time all the way through to the late game, very nice, very nice. Wolfie, how do you feel about the race? How do you feel about your run today?
It was good, except for on certain levels where I either messed up my strats or just couldn't complete the level.
We saw 9-10 kind of beat you up there for quite a while. It was did not look pretty.
Then after the run, I got it first try, so
And 9-7 as well held you back, and I mean it's just 9-7. 9-7 is 9-7. Do you have any particular strategy for 9-7? Do you try to keep going and go fast and move through, or are there places where you slow down?
I do roughly the same thing on 9-7. And the first run through the level in my run, I did it perfectly, but I just was a little short in the truck.
Is it 5-6 or 5-7, the one with the lasers that move differently depending on the frequency and the hertz? You just got all of the speed, came out of it, turned to the right, nose grind, and flew straight to goal there. That's your usual method, is it?
Yeah, that's my usual method. It's really fast, and I can do it consistently.
Well, thank you very much for the race today. It was really fun, great to watch. I think great performances put in this very difficult category from both runners, MatterMaker and Wolfie. Thank you so much for giving us this run, and we will see you back at a later point in the bracketing system, both of you.
Yeah, thank you.
I suppose that kind of almost half sort of brings us to the end, and we've lost AJ, but is there the top? Where's the top of your head? Just give me, there you go. There's his hand. He's saying goodbye. And we'll see you back here in future for more Clustertruck Speedrunning. The tournament just got started, ladies and gentlemen. So, how do I do this with the outro? Should I just play the music?
Bye.
Bye-bye!
Bye!
I don't think I managed to turn the microphones off.
Okay. Note to self,